when a great star did shine, whose likes we had not seen before. And did you ever hear of a name so revered in the pages of hurling folklore? Glen Rovers, he starred their famous trump card, and that's where our story begins. So turn back the pages, our great sporting sages, and remember the great Christie ring. Hear the Shandon bells ring in Cork City for another great victory. See the red and white high o'er the rooftops on the banks of our own lovely Lee. Hail the star of that grand golden era, who ruled supreme as the king, and relive the magic and glory, and remember the great Christie ring. Now I'm proud to say I saw that famous man play in Croke Park in September's gone by. And with his great skill and speed, he could sidestep and weave and score in the blink of an eye. And of all Ireland's great, the famed Christie won 8, and every honour that hurling could bring. And the hill would resound when he turned the game round. We'd all cheer for the great Christie ring. Hear the Shandon bells ring in Cork City for another great victory. See the red and white high o'er the rooftops on the banks of our own lovely Lee. Hail the star of that grand golden era, who ruled supreme as the king, and relive the magic and glory, and remember the great Christie ring. In the village of Cloyne, the name rings divine. There's a monument built to his name, and proudly he stands with famed hurling hand, an icon of the great hurling game. And the stories still run of Cork's favourite son, for his courage, endurance and skill. And though our idol is gone, still the legend lives on, as we remember the great Christie ring. Hear the Shandon bells ring in Cork City for another great victory. See the red and white high o'er the rooftops on the banks of our own lovely Lee. Hail the star of that grand golden era, who ruled supreme as the king, and relive the magic and glory, and remember the great Christie ring. And relive the magic and glory, and remember the great Christie ring.
Of November on a cold stormy day, I left my own home and to town led my way. I met with the young man on the road I did go, and he told me the news of the death of John Joe. John Joe Riley has left us behind. He was called by the Lord to the faithful kind. He called him to heaven, a proud land to show. At Roos on the Breffni was the gallant John Joe. Brave Clan O'Reilly, proud is your name. You've raised many sons of great honour and fame, but not even the princess of long, long ago could compare with our sportsman, the gallant John Joe. He led Cavan to victory on that memorable day in the final against Kerry in New York far away. The next
Well, we welcome you to Military Town Park for the 2006 Duhallow Junior A Hurling Championship Final, which will be contested this year by Banteer and Freemount. It's the first time in 41 years that the Duhallow final, hurling final that is being staged here in a beautifully prepared Mill Street venue. And for the record, on that occasion, Kanturk began a glorious run of 5 Duhallow championship wins in a row in the junior hurling competition when they beat Tullalise on that day back in 1965. But today it's all about Banteer with a new, young, vibrant, emerging team. And Freemount, I suppose, it would be unkind to say that they're the old dog for the long road at this stage, but certainly they're the very experienced team coming into this final. An intriguing clash, really, and it's a contest that has all the pundits really maybe slightly favouring Freemount, but really at the end of the day being cautious and saying, you know, if Banteer get their game together early, this could be a real exciting affair, and that's what we are hoping for as the hour unfolds. Joined here now by the Banteer chairman, Donny Barry. Just maybe half hour, Donny, before the final. Excitement is building a small bit, I know, but what are your thoughts on the final at this stage? You've the young, new emerging team and you're facing the experienced side in Freemount.
Well, we know that, but that don't worry. A lot of the boys, we're a few older for us, but younger for us, they're playing well, and we're very happy with the preparations. With John Hartnett and the boys and everything, you know.
I was just going to say, you've had a great run in this championship, and John Hartnett is obviously a key factor in your preparation and success to date.
Absolutely, he's a fantastic man, and win, lose or draw, we have to say it was a great.
And you've had a good year.
We had a great year, and the good omen is that we beat Kilbrin in the semi-final, and that happened in '95.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that your last win goes back to '95. We know beating Kilbrin would lose in finals and how long it takes to win the next one and all that, but 11 years, I suppose you'll clearly be hoping to bridge that gap today.
That's right. 11 years of, but there was a couple of years there now that in semi-finals beaten by a point, maybe one a point here and there.
Like, going on to win it.
That's right. So kind of like it wasn't that they were that far back, and there was great players, maybe great players down the years that didn't get what they I suppose what we think they deserve, like was more medals, but that's
I suppose from a Duhallow point of view, maybe particularly in the 80s now, we'd have looked with Envy and Banteer with huge underage success, and maybe then from your point of view, that didn't materialise at that level. You've crept in nicely now without a fanfare of underage. I know you've had success at underage, but not the same fanfare as you might have had in previous decades.
But I know, but there's a few of these, you know, one under 16 county. Maybe a lower grade, but still all winning a county. Like, and then some of them were playing last year there in the Avondhu minor league, and you know.
He won the minor competition in Duhallow last year, wasn't it?
That's right.
Against
the odds is right. And they went on and definitely, if they were, as we often felt like, if they were in the B competition, they would have won the county as well, like, you know.
Right.
Because Ballygiblin, they've trounced them, like, you know, in the Avondhu league final, and Avondhu went, or Ballygiblin went to the semi-final or something, and like Banteer would be superior to them, like, you know.
So yeah, coming. We
there's a lot of good young lads there, like, you know, and there's a few of them, you know, that older fellas, like the Conor Buckley's, the John Lane and Conor Lane, and a few of them, like, you know.
I have to say that I clearly remember the semi-final.
Yeah.
He came out effectively in that match and really laid the foundations for your win in the first half. I know there was a bit of excitement at the end, but maybe Kilbrin just got through for a few goals when you were taking the foot off the pedal, or.
Yeah, but I suppose these things happen. Like you won't win against a good, strong Kilbrin team. You won't beat them by 7 or 8 points, and there was no way like that you were going to get away with that either. You know, like Kilburn wasn't going to go lie down easy, I think, and they proved that like that they're a tough out with their own Kilburn.
Yeah,
but there's good banter between Banteer and Kilburn all the time. Like, great all together, like, you know.
Well, look, as I said, you want to get back to your mentors behind, you know, and the excitement is reaching. So all I can do is wish you the very best of luck.
Thanks,
and
Tony.
The sun is shining on you, so hopefully it'll be a good day for you.
Thanks a million, Donny.
Okay, thanks, Tony. I'm here joined by John O'Flynn. John, action replay, spoke to you in Banteer last year, just about the same time for the Duhallow final, and you were a bit apprehensive and wondering how the new players from Freemount would perform and would they gel in with the team. That was a bit of roguery, obviously, because within about 10 minutes we knew how they were performing. For today's final.
Well, as I said, it's all in the day, like, you know. We're going. It's a different kettle of fish today. I suppose last year we went in as underdogs. Today, I suppose the general public feel that we're favourites. But to be fair, Banteer have been the surprise packet all year. They've played great hurling, and they're playing with a pace, and they've a huge effort put in all year, like. So it's all going to come down to on the day again today, like, you know.
And how are you fixed in terms of injuries and?
We have a few concerns, I suppose. Brendan has been sick all for the last 2 weeks with a lung infection, and I'd say he won't be 100%. Mikey might have an ankle injury. Right. And Donny Broderick hasn't been able to train either, so they're big concerns because they're big players for us, like, you know.
Yeah, and it's one of the other things that the public haven't tuned into.
Yes,
before the game, but nonetheless, the public have you clearly as strong favourites to capture the second title in a row, and you have been the dominant force in hurling. What's the secret of that success?
Well, I suppose success breeds success. You know, we got into the habit of winning, and it's twice as hard than to be beaten when you believe that you can win. And like we have a lot of experience going through the team, and that has stood to us over the years, like, you know. So it's that experience really, I suppose, against Banteer's hunger today is going to be the two traits of each team, I think.
Each team and the clash of issues almost. I am sure I asked you last year. John Brennan playing in his what final today?
Well, John's first final was in 1993, and I think this is our 7th final in 10 years. So that's eight finals, and he's had 1 replay as well. So that's 9 finals altogether.
Fantastic record.
It is indeed.
Has he been on the losing side in 93?
He was in 93 and in 2003 against Cantor.
Oh yes, the replay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, look, the sun is shining here. It's a fabulous day for hurling. So I just wish Freemount the very best of luck, and we might talk to you after.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks, John.
Come on, Banteer.
Mention that anyway. Yeah, they're both here. I was in Coleman's anyway with their father, Michael. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, they played it. They must be happy to keep going over the pipe then. Pitch looks well in fairness now. The pitch. The town. Well, we're watching the Mill Street Pipe End lead off the two teams for the 2006 Duhallow Junior A Hurling Championship Final, played here in Mill Street Town Park. Beautifully prepared pitch, weather conditions ideal, slight breeze favouring the team playing from left to right as we watch them up towards the town end. And the team nearest us here are Banteer, winners of this junior title last in 1995, being led by their captain Conor O'Keefe, and he's followed by goalkeeper Con Tarrant, and he's followed by left cornerback Sean O'Flynn and right cornerback Con Lane. Following that is Martin Carney, centre back Dennis Mannix, and on the other wing his brother Damien. Number 8 is Brian O'Keefe, and number 9 is David, better known as Palace Murphy. Number 10 is worn by Paul Crimmin, and veteran of the team at this stage, number 11, Conor Buckley, leads the attack from centre forward. Number 13 is Damien Carney, full forward Eamon O'Flynn, number 14, and the one change on the Banteer team, number 21, John Lane, replaces Kevin Mannix. On the other side, we have Freemount hoping to win back-to-back titles, winners last year over Mill Street in a final played in Banteer. They are led by their team captain Michael O'Regan, and he is followed by John Brennan. And across the full back line they have Mark Ballantyne and Willie O'Flynn, Willie John. Along the half back line is Micheál O'Regan, Ger Weathers at centre back, and his brother Mike on the wing. At midfield, Fremont will have Alan Ballantyne wearing number 8 and Donny Broderick wearing number 9, and will be easily recognisable with his blonde head. Across the half-hour line, ace free taker Paddy Collins at centre forward. Their attack is led by Michael Murphy, and on the wing is brother Denny. The one change appearing on the Fremont team is number 19, Kieran Broderick, replaces Jason Ballantyne. At number 14, Michael Inwright, and at corner forward wearing number 15, Brendan Broderick. Both teams coming to this final very much on merit. Fremont in the public view would be considered at least slight favourites for this game. I suppose based on their experience alone and certainly their success rate in Duhallow finals. I thought it's notable that in goal for Fremont, John Brennan is playing in his 8th title, 9th Duhallow final, because it includes one replay. He already holds 6 Junior A Hurling Championship medals, and will be hoping to add to that tally today. By comparison, Banteer come to the final with lively, young and skillful hurling team, and again very much in the final on merit. Darren Motenhouse will win probably their semi-final victory over Kilbrine, where a storming open half powered them at one stage to a 10-point lead early in the second half, and though they were pegged back by Kilbrine in a thrilling finale, they were certainly merited winners of that semi-final. Looking through the Banteer lineup, only 3 of their players will be holders of a Junior Hurling Championship medal. John Conlane, Conor Back and Conor Forward respectively, and the evergreen Conor Buckley. So both teams are gathered in their familiar huddle here in front of us now, and any second the Mill Street pipe band will strike up out on Nivian. Well, we're in the final seconds now before throwing both teams in their familiar huddle. Banteer making their way to their places. Freemount having their last words of direction from Captain Michael O'Regan. Referee for today's match is Michael Sheehan. Michael is a Garda residing in Liscarroll and working in Mallow, a native of County Limerick. It's his first Duhallow hurling final to referee, but he is a highly experienced referee. He officiated at the semi-final between Banteer and Kilbrine, and he's refereed finals in the Avenue division at all levels, from underage, minor, under 21 up to Junior A hurling championship. So he's within seconds of the throw-in, and the game is on. Ball breaks from midfield without anyone winning possession, and eventually Mike Weathers tries to win possession but didn't, and eventually the line ball is won by Banteer. John Lane's effort to block down, and the resulting line ball will be taken by David Murphy. A great cut from David Murphy right into the danger area. Conor Buckley contests, and it's a goal for Banteer. A terrific start from, it would appear from here, Damien Carney. No. Dennis Roach, my apologies. Dennis Roach was the scorer. Cracking goal and a fantastic start to this Duhallow final for Banteer. Absolutely the start that they would have wished for. Now, Freemount with a long delivery from John Brennan in goal, sending them right down into attack here. Brendan Broderick contesting. Ball breaks inside, but is caught by Sean O'Flynn for Banteer. Sean flicks it out to Captain Con O'Keefe. Con's clearance comes well out, but out over the sideline here in the midfield area, just inside the 65. But we're still recovering from that electric start made by Banteer. Very first attack, ball has crashed to the net in a cracking goal. The line ball here for Freemount will be taken by Donny Broderick. And a great cut again by Donny Broderick right into the danger area, but it carries over forwards and backs alike. And so the first wide is recorded by Freemount. Puck out from Contarn, goes right down to the Banteer half-forward line, touched by David Murphy. Put left for Dennis Roach, and Dennis's jersey is being pulled, and referee Michael Sheehan awards the free, which presumably will be taken by David Murphy. Banteer playing with the aid of a slight breeze in this opening half. Free is driven in by David Murphy and straight over the bar. A fine start. For Palace and a real live wire in this Banteer team. So again, John Brennan lining up for the long puck out, and away it comes. Ball breaking in the midfield area, and Donny Broderick is onto it in a flash, racing past his marker and striking a very good point for Freemount. Opening score to Donny Broderick. Puck out from Banteer, goes down into the Freemount half-back line. Jason Ballantyne, or Mark Ballantyne I should say, with a good clearance. Ball batted out by Banteer, and one here for Freemount, combining with Kieran Broderick. Ball breaks as far as Donny Broderick, and Donny hand passes back into Kieran. Kieran looks at the post and takes his shot, but it goes to his left and wide. Second wide for Banteer. Just over 5 minutes played, so the score remains a goal and a point to 1 point. Puck out from Contant again, breaking right down into that Freemount defence. Willie John O'Flynn breaking out, is fouled. Referee Michael Sheen awards the free. Willie John O'Flynn leaves the free to be taken by John Brennan. John strikes the free down the left and near side here, and Brendan Broderick races out, but he's hooked by Brian O'Keefe, and centre back Damien Mannix gets in the tackle, and Damien wins the possession and clears his lines. Some real all-style shoulder-to-shoulder play there developing in the midfield area. Banteer still trying to mount an attack up this near side here and have possession now. And Damien Carney, but referee Damien Carney's got a good dangerous ball into the square, but referee Michael Ginn blowing for a square infringement, so relief for Freemount. And once again John Brennan lines up the free, and John's hurley breaks. First time I've seen that, and it's a goal. It's absolutely the first time I've seen that in years and years of hurling. John Brennan lifting the free to strike it. His hurley snapped up along the handle, and to his astonishment,
to score again. Well, he kicked it in, but yeah, he did.
To his astonishment, he didn't have a hurley. He tried to kick the ball to safety, but Dean rushing Banteer forward, reacting very quickly. Dennis Roach scoring his second goal.
I think it's 15 anyway, was it?
Not maybe it was Damien Carney that time, was it? What was the men here?
There was Candy, I thought it was 15 back. Who scored? Was that 15? Dennis Roach, yeah.
So confirmation here that Dennis Roach has scored his second goal for Banteer. Well, that was an absolutely amazing event there, and certainly has stunned Freemount at this stage of the game. But as we've often said before, the old dog for the hard road, and Freemount now coming with Paddy Collins striking beautifully into the danger area. Contarrant gets it out. Brendan Broderick first to react, puts a great ball across the square. Kieran Broderick contesting with Conlane. Kieran Broderick again plays it right across here. Donny Broderick is racing onto it. Brendan decides to leave it to him. Donny Broderick evades one tackle, evades a second, and Sean O'Flynn is deemed to have fouled him. So it'll be a free in on the 20-metre line for Freemount.
He is a danger man, but I was watching the number of steps it takes when you go around player.
So Paddy Collins taking care over this free for Freemount. A young player with a fantastic record built for himself already, and he makes no mistake with the free. So Paddy takes up his position in midfield after sliding that free over the bar. Meanwhile, the puck out from Contarrant was won by Eamon O'Flynn, but Eamon's effort was blocked down, and the tussle is still going on across the pitch from us, and the ball goes out of play and results in a line ball to Freemount. And the line ball again will be struck by Donny Broderick, popping up all over the place in this opening 10 minutes for Freemount as expected. Tony cuts the line ball, terrific ball in, right into the danger area, but it's taken. Banteer's clearance out of defence was blocked, and a real melee developing here now. Sean O'Flynn gets a vital block down. Danny Murphy's shot for goal was blocked by Sean O'Flynn, and referee has blown his whistle, and presumably it'll be a clash ball. The referee comes out to the 20-metre line. Conlane and Kieran Broderick for Freemount battle from the throw-in. Ball is moved out here, 40 metres out, but Donny Broderick in possession, turns and is looking towards the post, but is fouled. So again, Paddy Collins will go to the far side of the pitch. Paddy again taking great care over this free. Looks to the post. Slight breeze in his face, but certainly within his range. And it's straight over the bar for Freemount's third point, and a second for Paddy Collins. Puck out from Contarrant right down on top of Conor Buckley. Overhead pull won by Freemount in defence. And Brian O'Keefe, contesting the ball coming from there, is fouled and wins the free for Banteer. At the moment, the scoreboard reads Banteer 2 goals and a point to Freemount's 3 points. So David Murphy, again, like Paddy Collins, taking great care of the free, has a chance to add to his opening point, and he looks to be on.
That's a point.
He looks from here to be on target, but umpire waves it wide.
That's a point. Point.
So on the embankment here, small dispute as to whether that was in or outside the post, but the umpire waved it wide, so the play resumes and Banteer moving forward. Conor Buckley strikes a long high ball right into the danger area and over the bar. Great score from Conor Buckley.
Standing behind
Again, John Brennan restarts the game and drives the long puck out down this side. David Murphy collecting for Banteer, has his shot blocked down, so a bit of stalemate here. Again, Brian O'Keefe tries to win it for, and eventually David Pallas Murphy, and a lovely flick by Conor Buckley keeps Banteer going goalwards, but here Ger Weathers wins the free out of defence for Freemount. Well, that was Mikey Weathers, I should have said, brother of Ger, and Mike strikes the free himself down the side. Brendan Broderick underneath it. Ball is flicked out, and it'll be a sideline ball, which presumably will be cut by Brendan Broderick for Freemount. Again, Brendan takes the short one to Donny, and Donny's effort for the point is blocked, but he re-wins possession and floats the ball right across that far side, where Michael Inwright fails to keep it in play. Got a hurley to it, but just went off for a wide ball. So relief for Banteer, and again, content with the aid of this slight breeze will drive his puck out down to his half-forward line and try to mount an attack from there one more time. And long it goes. Underneath it will be Conor Buckley. Conor pulls first time, but centre back Ger Weathers got a hurley to it, and it's a great point for Freemount from that far side of the pitch. Eamon Flynn, the scorer on that occasion, for his first point of the game, having moved out from that full forward position. Eamon struck a great shot off his left side, and now the scoreboard reads 2 goals and 3 points for Banteer to 3 points for Freemount. In ball, Damien Mannix collecting. Alan Ballantyne had struck a good ground ball for Freemount, but Dennis Mannix got a hurley to it and wins the free for Banteer. Free is going to be struck by goalkeeper Con Tarrant. And strikes the free again, right down on top of this half-forward line. But a great catch there by Ger Weathers, centre back on the Banteer or on the Freemount side. Very seasoned campaigner Ger has played in the forwards and now in defence for Freemount. So again, John Broderick recovered from that incident earlier when the mishap with his hurley breaking led to that second Banteer goal. Strikes his free against the breeze, long and high, right down on top of that Banteer defence, and well cleared, momentarily taken here and pass out. Brian O'Keefe. Brian strikes it down his right wing, but again Mike Weathers in control collects and drives it sweetly down. Here, Banteer win a free for themselves. Paul Crimmin well back in defence. Caught a great ball coming from the air and was fouled. So free struck by Martin Carney puts Banteer right into the danger area here. Ball breaks out. Palace Murphy fails to collect it. Alan Ballantyne fouled. And Mike Withers takes a quick free here out that far wing to Alan Ballantyne. Alan strike finds Paddy Collins. Paddy turns and loses his mark and strikes a great ball in here on top of the Freemount full forward line. Kieran Broderick first to react there, but is coming out. Martin Carney in possession here, has a chance to clear his lines and passes back to Sean O'Flynn. Sean now, or Conlane I should say, Con under pressure, loses out, but eventually it's taken out over that in line. So good covering by Banteer on that occasion. So again, with just about 18 minutes gone, Contarrant with the puck out, drives us right down top of that half-hour line again. But again, Ger Withers. This time John Lane wins possession back for Banteer and tries to turn inside and does, and sends a good ball right into that danger area again. But there is batted out. Mike Withers collects the clearance here and has his shot blocked down. David Palace Murphy in possession, finds John Lane. John tried a 1-2 with Palace, but it just got intercepted. But still Banteer win a line ball in an attacking position for them. And that line ball will be cut by John Lane. In fact, he's leaving it to David Palace Murphy. So he takes it quickly. And a great point for Dennis Roach. So Dennis has taken his tally to 2 goals and a point. Beautifully judged stroke by Dennis Roach on that occasion. But quickly, the puck out from John Brennan, down on top of the Banteer half-back line. Referee Michael Sheen blows for a free to Banteer. And the free will be taken by Martin Carney. Martin strikes a great long free, but and it does find the target. I thought for a minute it was floating to the right. Fantastic score by Martin. Fantastic strike by Martin Carney from deep in his own defence there. Only a little short of 100 metres on that occasion. So Freemount certainly have it all to do here. Again, Martin Carney under the puck out, bats it forward, but possession is won for Freemount by Donny Broderick, trying to find space for himself to strike, and he does. In under is Brendan Broderick and Kieran Broderick, but Sean O'Flynn to Damien Mannix, and Damien is fouled, so it's a free out of defence, and it'll be coming further out. A bit of descent by Freemount there means that the free will be taken from about 40 metres out here, 45 metres out. And again, Martin Carney moments ago struck a free from the far side of the pitch from a similar area. We'll be hoping to do likewise. Looks at the post, strikes it in again. It certainly has the distance if it has, but taken by John Brennan. And fouled in the small square. Will give John a free out. John Brennan took a knock in that exchange where he bravely stood under the high ball, took it from underneath the crossbar, as he's done on many, many occasions for Freemount. Referee Michael Sheen having over Conor Buckley, but there was nothing very serious in that exchange really. But he issues a yellow card nonetheless, which John Brennan is still receiving some attention from the Freemount mentors in the goal area. Michael just checking that it's okay. Oh. John has recovered and again preparing to take the free. About 7 minutes to go to half time. Tempo of the game has dropped somewhat now, just with stoppages for a few frees and that injury to John Brennan. But John, fully recovered, strikes the free out here beyond midfield under the Donny Broderick. But John Lane tries to add to Mikey Weathers first to react, and the ball eventually breaks here to Martin Carney. Martin's effort is blocked down, but he wins himself a line ball. And David Palace Murphy comes down here to the midfield area to cut this line ball. David cuts the line ball well in, and there Eamon O'Flynn tries to get it, but Michael O'Regan, captain for Freemount, clears the ball well down to this midfield area, but it's batted there. Ger Weathers wins it back for Freemount, however, looks up for his options and drives the low ball down towards Michael Inright. Michael has it knocked away from him though, and the ball breaks now to Brian O'Keefe for Banteer in a good position. Banteer turns, has his shot half blocked and taken here out of defence by Mark Valentine. Mark sends Freemount back into attack. Michael Inright wins possession for Freemount and hand passes into Paddy Collins, and a great goal for Freemount. Combination play there from Kieran Broderick, I think it was, who won the initial possession, fed to Paddy Collins, and Paddy made no mistake on the run. A cracking goal for Freemount. And now this Duhallow final comes back to life. Scoreboard reads Banteer 2-5, Freemount 1-3. Referee Michael Sheen ensuring that both goal mouth areas are kept well clear. Oh, Contarrant restarts the game with a long puck out for Banteer. Michael O'Regan at full back wins that and clears out the middle area here. A tussle. Ball eventually breaks to Freemount centre forward Michael Murphy, and Michael Inright winning possession. Drives it to the left and wide of the post. A let off for Banteer maybe. Certainly had the time and space to have a look, but he was just wide of the target. So again, from the puck out. Banteer's Dennis Roach gets a hurley to it, but it's knocked away from him, and the resulting line ball will be to Banteer. And again, David Palace Murphy races to the far side of the pitch to cut this line ball. David sends back and steps forward, line ball. Defender gets a hurley to it, but it breaks out here to the midfield area. Brian O'Keefe struggling to get control of it, finds Palace Murphy off his left side. He strikes it to the left and wide. Bit of pressure coming in from Donny Broderick just as David Murphy struck that ball. So a let off for Freemount. And again, John Brennan drives this puck out Deep into the Banteer defence, Dennisman extending tall. Conlane gathers possession, has it knocked away from him though. And again, Shamazel develops, but referee blows for a free in, it would appear. Banteer defender penalised for lying on the ball. Gives Paddy Collins an opportunity to narrow the gap here for Freemount. Paddy strikes it straight and over the bar. Heading to his telly. Again from the puck out, breaking here towards Conor Buckley. Conor pulls one hand in it, but again Freemount get it out of defence, and Donny Broderick taking the hand pass goes backwards now to find space to strike it. Does so deep down into this corner towards his brother Brendan. Brendan has it knocked away from by Conor O'Keefe, and out comes Sean O'Flynn racing out of defence here, and a number of Freemount forwards really apply the pressure. And Danny Murphy finds Brendan Broderick in a good position, but his effort. Brendan Broderick's effort at goal was certainly appeared to be smothered by Conlane, who has injured himself in the process.
Yes. Oh. Seems like a wrong there, isn't it? Kind of a figure here like that.
Just do it.
With the clock ticking towards the half-time mark, Conlane is still receiving treatment from the Banteer Minters, bravely blocking down Brendan Broderick's effort for a goal on that occasion. And in the total, Freemont's Kieran Broderick also appears to have taken a knock, and at the moment is struggling with an ankle injury.
His collarbone's gone. No, I think he just ran. He was I think his shoulder probably, yeah.
So, from the signals, it would appear that Conlane may have to retire, which is unfortunate for him and Banteer indeed. And he'll be replaced by Sean Toomey.
Hopefully not since the championship fair. No, I wouldn't think so. Maybe tonight now we might do that.
So an appreciative round of applause here for Conlane, who picked up a hand injury in his effort at smothering a goal at him by Brendan Broderick just minutes ago. So referee Michael Sheehan blows the whistle to restart the match. And we're now into added time for that injury in particular. Freemount again. With Helen Ballantyne spraying that ball out towards Kieran Broderick. Or Michael Enright, I should say. Michael turns back on to his left side. And as he's second wide, just to the right of the post on this occasion. Minutes ago, he was just wide on the left. So the scoreboard still reads Banteer 2 goals and 5 points. Freemount a goal and 4. Most of those scores coming from Paddy Collins from frees and a cracking goal that he got just about 7 minutes ago. Meanwhile, back with the play, Damien Mannix tries to collect here and does so. Has his shot blocked down by Michael Murphy. Dennis Mannix beaten for possession. Sean O'Flynn wins this particular. Has Sean O'Flynn's clearance blocked down. And again, great pressure from the Freemount forwards. Michael and Danny Murphy on that occasion really keeping Banteer pinned back in this near corner here. But Banteer do win themselves a line ball as Sean O'Flynn's effort at clearing his lines was blocked down. So Martin Kennedy has gone back to take the line ball and he cuts it well out here into the midfield area. But as the ball comes from the sky, referee Michael Sheehan blows the half-time whistle. So at half-time the scoreboard reads Banteer 2-5, Freemount a goal and 4. And really it's all to play for here as both teams head for the dressing rooms. Here and Freemount everyone to join. Have Donny Broderick racing for possession here. Donny turns onto his favourite left side, strikes the ball long up towards Michael Enright. Michael gathers position, looks at the post and drives a great point over the bar. Lightning start by Freemount to the second half. Donny Broderick feeding the ball down the wing here to Michael Enright, and Michael made no mistake. Narrowly wide in 2 occasions there in that first half. Michael finds the target on this occasion. Ball breaks here. Racing is Dennis Mannix trying to collect it. Conlane, who has reappeared for this second half, having recovered from his first half injury when Sean Tumey was a blood substitute. But Connor's back in his left cornerback position for this second half. So sunshine cutting through the clouds here again at Mill Street. Donny Broderick looking for the perfect position for this line ball. Comes with the cut and goes in there. Dennis Mannix just failing to keep control of that, but it goes off for a wide ball and a let off. For Banteer, so Contan restarts with a puck out right down into the heart of the attack here. Conor Buckley tries to keep it moving goalwards. Conor Buckley wins possession here again, has his shot half blocked. John Lane with possession. And it's a goal, it's another goal for Dennis Roach and Banteer. Score made by John Lane, his effort was half blocked. But when the ball broke inside, Dennis Roach was at hand to finish to the net. So like the first half, a lightning start here by Banteer. And the scoreboard now reads 3-5 for Banteer, 1-5 for Freemount. 2 goals separate the teams. Little in the game of hurling, of course. And there's only 3 minutes gone in the second half. From the puck out, Dennis Mannix bats it down, but the ball eventually breaks out here. And again, great blocking by Freemount in this game today. Martin Carney, I should say, gets the clearance in out towards Palace. Palace drives the ball low down, but Ger Weathers in control here at centre back. Collects the ball and hand passes out to the wing here. So Michael Enright races out here ahead of his men, tries to get inside Con Lane and wins the free for himself. Michal Regan collecting in defence for Freemount, found Michael Enright on the right hand side of attack here. Referee Michael Sheehan issues a yellow card to Michael Enright. Not too sure, was it for something he said? Con Lane somewhat in the bars there again, has the running repairs completed as Paddy Collins again takes great care in sizing up the post with his free, swings it to the left. Paddy had hoped that the breeze would swing that ball back in for him, but I would say lull in the breeze just fooled him slightly in allowing too much on that left hand post. So the scoreboard remains 3-5 to 1-5 in favour of Banteer as Contant comes with the puck out. And again, a fine puck out against the breeze, going beyond midfield, in under the Sean O'Flynn, or Eamon O'Flynn I should say. But there, Michal O'Regan fails to get the clearance in, and Martin Carney's effort seemed to be blocked down, but umpire declares a wide ball. Puck out from John Brennan. Finds Mike Weathers as Mike races right into the heart of the Banteer defence. Michael Murphy knocked off balance by a tackle by Dennis Mannix, and from the full back line, Dennis Mannix, I should say, collects the clearance here under Conor Buckley, and Ger Weathers bats it forward towards Donny Broderick. Donny has possession and again turns on to that left hand side, races forward now just inside that 45-metre line, finds Mikey Weathers. Mikey strikes it left-handed and over the bar for an excellent point for Freemount and Mikey Weathers. Again, that score was engineered by Donny Broderick. Great play from him in stepping past 2 markers and eventually with a hand pass finding Mikey Weathers, who had remained up in attack after a great run by him moments earlier forward. Now back comes the puck out and the ball is breaking out here. Eamon O'Flynn striking diagonally across the pitch. Damien Carney gets it forward as far as John Lane. Ball breaks out here. Alan Valentine lifts the ball behind him, and Palace Murphy's effort doesn't find the target. John Brennan collecting and clearing his lines eventually under some pressure from the Banteer forward line. Ball goes right down there. Dennis Mannix under it. Brendan Broderick trying to win possession for Freemount and does so, racing up that far side and strikes it left-handed over the bar. And a great point from Brendan Broderick. So now the scoreboard reads Banteer 3-5, Freemount 1-7. 4 points difference as Eamon O'Flynn collects.
Come on, Eamon.
Tries to lose. Eamon O'Flynn last position, didn't try to get it through.
Come on, Eamon.
Again, the melee has broken out here. Freemount defends, appear to have it. And another goal. Another goal for Banteer. Dennis Roach finishes his 4th goal. A melee had developed just outside the 25-metre mark, but eventually the ball was threaded through to John Lane, and he somehow or another got the ball as far as Dennis Roach, who showed great composure in finishing to net for his 4th and Banteer 4th goal in this Duhallow Junior Hurling Final. Scoreboard now reads Banteer 4 goals and 5, Freemount a goal and 7. So John Brennan restarts. Just about 8 minutes gone in this second half, and certainly it has developed into an exciting final. Freemount eventually, through Paddy Collins, getting possession and striking a great point. A good response from Freemount from a very difficult angle. Paddy Collins hitting the target. So again, 2 goals between the sides. As Contan restarts, Eamon O'Flynn tries to handle it for Banteer. Conor Buckley coming and wins possession for Banteer, showing great determination there. In here, David Palace Murphy has possession, but his shot from the left goes off for a wide ball. So good chance for Banteer on that occasion. David Palace Murphy with a chance from his left side, failed to find the target. Play stopped here for an injury to Banteer player, and referee Michael Sheen appears to be talking to Donny Broderick. We didn't see that particular incident, but Donny receives a yellow card. In. Bye. Again, John Brennan restarts for Freemount. Long puck out as anticipated, right down into the Banteer defence there. Sean O'Flynn bringing it out of defence under pressure from Michael Murphy, and Sean has it again, but it just bobbles out of his hand momentarily and goes to ground. And here Brendan Broderick wins possession and is forcing his way forward, takes a shot, but it's blocked, and Kieran Broderick swings a hurley, but his effort again just doesn't seem to go anywhere. Banteer struggling to get the ball out of defence here, and here eventually is picked up by Martin Carney. Martin is fouled by Kieran Broderick on that occasion, and referee Michael Sheen indicates that the free is going to Banteer. But referee Michael Sheen now decides it's a clash ball for some misdemeanor by a Banteer player. And the ball is forced out over this near sideline here and will result in a line ball. for Freemount, and Paddy Collins will take the line ball. Paddy taking great care again one more time, cuts a beautiful ball right across off the post, and a chance here, but again it's blocked, and great defensive work by Conlane there, twice thwarting a Freemount attacker, and eventually Dennis Mannix wins the free for Banteer. So relief all around there for Banteer, as certainly the chances appear to be opening up for Freemount. So again, Martin Carney will strike this free out of defence for Banteer. Looking upfield towards his forwards, and again great drives in that first half by Martin. Again against the breeze on this occasion, tries to find Eamon O'Flynn. Eamon's hand goes up, but the ball is played forward. So excitement building here. Referee's decision is to award the free for a push by Michael Enright on Conlane. So again, Martin Carney, 20 metres forward, has a second chance to put Banteer right into the attack. Martin floats the ball high and right into that right hand corner, and it breaks out towards Kevin Mannix. Kevin trying to get control of it, fails to do so, and he's taking the ball out over the line, so it'll be a sideline ball for Freemount. Line ball out there, taken by Willie John O'Flynn. Is half blocked, but eventually Kevin Mannix in possession for Banteer. Fails to hold on to it, and Donny Broderick is racing across the pitch here. Strikes the ball again, long and high. Contarn takes it under pressure, with a good catch by Con racing out here, and Brendan Broderick is deemed to have fouled him. Great bit of goalkeeping by Contant on that occasion, as the ball dropped under his crossbar. So again, with 40 minutes gone, Contant lines up this free for Banteer. 2 goals separate the sides, 4-5 to 1-8. Conor Buckley under this high ball with Jerweather, and the ball breaks to Palace, and Palace strikes it from his left hand side, just inches outside the post. So David Palace Murphy, who had a cracking game in the semi-final against Kilburn, scoring a goal and 8 points, just finding it difficult to get the range and the radar on this stage, but back with the play here. Freemount in the person of Jason Ballantyne, who has come on so Jason Ballantyne, who scored a cracking point there for Freemount, picked up an injury in the process and needs some attention. Referee Michael Keane checking with his umpires. As he didn't see what happened on that particular occasion, but he seemed satisfied that it was nothing serious, and he moves back outfield and blows a whistle, signalling for Contarn to restart. And Con drives the puck out down here on top of the half-back line, half-hours. Paddy Collins collects the breaking ball and is racing out here through midfield and striking off his left-hand side, but his effort goes to the left and wide. So now, as the game has entered the the final quarter. 5 points separate the teams. And it's very entertaining and exciting 2006 Duhallow Junior Hurling Final. Puck out comes and Palace Murphy tries to get control of it, strikes it first time on the ground, down into the corner here. Michael O'Regan and John Lane tussling for possession, and John Lane seemed to win possession there, but again is knocked away from him. And real struggle here now. Dennis Roach's effort is blocked on that occasion. The breaking ball broke to Dennis, but Dennis's effort was blocked. Here at midfield, Michael Murphy struggling to win possession. Loses his footing, and unfortunately for him, the ball breaks out over the sideline, and it'll be a line ball to Banteer. So the line ball here at his near side for Banteer will be cut by David Palace Murphy. And he cuts a great ball right into the square. Aim roughly under it, and the ball breaks out here to Dennis Roach. But again, his effort doesn't reach the target. Freemount coming out of defence. Mike Weathers with a long delivery right down on top of Brendan Broderick. And here Michael Enright has a chance to collect, but Jason Ballantyne reacts first. And the ball is waved wide, and certainly a bit like the first half. From here, the decision might be slightly dubious, but nonetheless, the umpire waves it wide. So again, game restarted with the puck out from Banteer's Contarrant. David Palace Murphy tries to get a flick of a hurley to it, but here Alan Ballantyne finds Michal Regan. Michal clears up the centre, and Brendan Broderick fails to collect. It breaks to Conlane. Conlane hand passes out here, and Paul Crewin gets it down as far as Conor Buckley. And Conor won a great ball from the air, found it difficult to get the space to strike it, and is deemed to have overheld. So the resulting free will go to Banteer, or to Freemount I should say. Paddy Collins will be the taker, and again just behind his own 65 with the slightest of breezes to his back. He certainly will have the distance. Paddy Collins again taking great care as he lifts and strikes, and a fantastic point for Freemount and Paddy Collins. Just over 10 minutes remaining in this game, and 4 points separate the team. So now excitement is beginning to mount, as both sides will come looking for the score that could secure this 2006 Duhallow title for either side. Eamon Rufflin gets a hurley to the puck out, but Jason Ballantyne going backwards clears his lines, but only as far as Palace Murphy for Banteer. He cuts inside on that right hand side, and Palace strikes a great score off his hurley first time. Banteer supporters have been waiting all day for that particular score to come. So now the scoreboard reads Banteer 4 goals and 6, Freemount 1 goal and 10. 5 points again separating the teams. Mike Murphy for Freemount winning possession and striking over the bar, responding quickly to Banteer's latest score. So really the game is ebbing and flowing in both directions now. Conditions are ideal, as I said, here in Mill Street Town Park. Contarrant driving that ball down that far side of the pitch, and Banteer win the sideline ball. And David Palace Murphy races across the field to take this line ball, which should put Banteer back in attack. So from just over 45 metres out, Palace cuts it well and right into that danger area. Sean O'Flynn is Dennis Roach appeared for a second. Oh, Dust rising in the goal mouth. Here as both Dennis Roach and John Lane appear to have the half chance. But ball goes wide and John Brennan doesn't delay the puck out. Getting Freemount back in attack here. Tony Broderick almost had control. Still there to be won. And the ball breaks out now. So Tony Broderick wins himself a free out here on this right hand side. Just about 40 metres out. Paddy Collins has a chance to add to his tally. Of a goal and 6 scored already. Mainly from frees, but he did have that cracking goal about 7 minutes before half time, which really brought Freemount back into contention in this final. Paddy strikes straight through over the bar. So 4-6 to 112 the scoreboard reads. 3 points in it. The clock says about 8 minutes or just under 8 minutes left in this game. Contant pucks as the breeze rises ever so slightly. Joe Weathers and Conor Buckley racing for it. Ball breaks away here. Dennis Mannix strikes it forward. John Lane tries to win possession. Doesn't have it. Still fighting is John Lane for possession. Eamon O'Flynn almost had possession, but it's Micheál O'Regan clearing his lines for Freemount. Under it, Dennis Mannix and Micheál Murphy, Brendan Broderick on his knees trying to win possession. Everybody trying to win possession here. Sean O'Flynn for Banteer, Mike Linwright, but eventually it's Con Lane is coming out for Banteer and Con strikes it. But under huge pressure from Freemount forwards, the ball goes out over the line. A great battle for possession on that occasion there, with numerous players endeavouring to get the vital touch and control it. So all of that resulted in a line ball here for Freemount, and again Paddy Collins settling himself and will hope to put this right back in the danger area for Freemount, and that he does with a great cut down into the centre. Ball breaking there and isn't cleared. Freemount forwards trying to get a stroke on it. It's going over, but ball bobbled in the square there, but it's eventually cleared by Dennis Mannix. Breaks out here. Mikey Withers almost had control of it, but it breaks to Pallas Murphy. Pallas strikes it forward here, and here comes Dennis Roach for Banteer. Doesn't control it, and again Michael O'Regan under pressure now for Freemount. Eamon O'Flynn trying to win possession and does. And the sideline here, linesman indicates that he's not sure who that ball came off of. So it may well result in a clash ball here. Meanwhile, one of the Banteer forwards has taken a knock.
Come on, guys, Paddy, keep your heads up.
Want to get trained?
Eamon Flynn recovered from that injury there, and the game will resume with a clash ball. Conor Buckley tries to win it, and he does get a hurl to it, but it comes out over the line here. And Mike Withers will take the line ball for Freemount and try and get his side moving forward. About 4 minutes of normal time left, trailing by 3 points. Paddy Collins wins possession and strikes forward, right down the centre, aiming for Brendan Broderick. Up they go. Ball breaks out. Jason Ballantyne in possession, going goalwards, turns round, and a cracking shot by him is stopped by a Banteer defender there. I think it might have been Dennis Mannix got a hand or hurley to it, and it goes out for a 65.
Connor, wait till the last moment. Wait till the game is over, Connor, and give it to him.
Don't get sent off yet.
So again, the 65 for Freemount will be struck by Paddy Collins. Paddy strikes it high and over the bar. Unerring from freeze. Paddy Collins has certainly done his bit to keep Freemount in this final. Excitement mounting now. Huh?
Time. 3.
Just about 3 minutes remaining as Contant restarts with this puck out. Backs and forwards under it. Breaks to a Freemount. And it's Micheál Regan who's had a fine game for Banteer. But here, Michael Murphy racing through for Freemount. And the ball hits the post and goes wide. What a let off for Banteer.
Hit the post and wide.
Michael Murphy with a second attempt hits the post and the ball goes wide, and that just might be the let off that Banteer needed as they prepare to make a substitution late in this game. About 2.5 minutes of normal time remaining as Germanix comes into the game down on the right corner of attack for Banteer. Less than 3. Contant restarting. And ball well taken there by Damien Mannix. Wins the free for himself. An important free for Banteer at this late stage of the game. David Palace Murphy will have a chance to put what could well be an insurance point on the board for Banteer as they endeavour now to hang on to a precious 3-point lead. And Palace's effort goes to the right and wide. And I should have said Banteer trying to cling to a precious 2-point lead because Paddy Collins 65 minutes ago cut the lead. Down goes the puck out. And here Banteer with Dennis Mannix at centre back. First timing clearing the ball out over that far sideline. So the linesman declares that the last touch was by a Freemount player and a vital line ball. Everything at this stage is vital as we're into the final seconds of normal time here, so it'll be at the discretion of referee Michael Sheehan as to how much more action we'll see in this 2006 Duhallow final. 2 points separates the sides. One of the more exciting finals in recent years, played, as I said earlier, in ideal conditions. The line ball struck on the ground as far as Conor Buckley. Conor swings it in over the top as far as Dennis Roach, and Dennis is taking on his marker here but loses possession, and Willie John O'Flynn gets a clearance for Freemount out here as far as Micheál Regan. Micheál wins possession, turns back in. His shot is half cleared, but it still goes loose. Eventually it goes up to the Con lane. Con with a great clearance downfield, finding his brother John. John races forward, trying to find, and he does find Dennis Roach on that far side of the attack. Germanix, who's going to substitute, has his shot blocked down. And away comes Paddy Collins, streaking forward for Freemount. And he's racing away into, but it comes Dennis Mannix. Great interception and clearance down this far side. And he has found Germanix. Finding Eamon O'Flynn up this near side here. Eamon tries to scoop it forward, and he does as far as Dennis Roach. Dennis on his left side tried to find Palace Murphy, but only Ger Weathers for Freemount. Ger's clearance comes out here. And again, the ball is breaking as far as Kevin Mannix. Kevin strikes the ball low, and a great battle here. Damien Mannix straight through the centre is flying here for Banteer. Swings the ball goalwards, but John Brennan takes it. John finds his men out here. Jason Ballantyne for Freemount drives it long and high, looking for the point, and gets it. So, as we're 2 minutes into injury time, 1 point separates the sides. 4-6 for Banteer, 1-14 for Freemount. Referee has a quick look at his watch and indicates that he would like Contarrant to take this puck out. And that he does. Vital ball here. Eamon O'Flynn comes and grabs a great ball for Banteer. Inside it goes. Sean O'Flynn, and now is a chance for Banteer. Eamon Mannix scores what could be a clinching score here in this Duhallow final. Gerald Mannix. So, real tension and excitement here. 4-7 the scoreboard says for Banteer, 1-14 for Banteer. 19-17, 2 points. 2 points separating the teams in what has proved to be a fantastic Duhallow final. Alan Ballantyne has picked up an injury for Freemount and is down injured. We have no idea at this stage how much time remains to be played.
Watch the small square! 65!
Alan Ballantyne is being taken off with a leg injury for Freemount. Deep into injury time here. John Brennan lining up what will be a massive puck out, I would estimate, from him, and it is right into the heart of the Banteer defence. Up go the hurleys, up go the hands, up goes everything. And here everybody is struggling for possession, still struggling for possession, and David Pallas-Murphy is fouled for Banteer, and the referee blows the final whistle, and Banteer are champions of Duhallow for the first time since 1995. 4 goals and 7 to 1 goal and 14. Scenes of great jubilation down on the pitch as players and mentors hug each other. So 11 years of frustration, all goes cloudwards here for Banteer. A fantastic game of hurling, it has to be said, played by two teams intent on playing hurling from start to finish. And Freemount will be disappointed, no doubt, but great excitement for Banteer. And great credit due to their club for persevering through the years of agony when they were losing, as Donny Barry reminded me earlier, semi-finals by a point and 2 points to maybe eventual champions. But this is a great day for Banteer Hurling and Banteer GA Club. A great team performance all round. Nowadays, compliments of match of the day and so forth, we're always thinking of men of the match and so forth. But it has to be said, this was a great Banteer performance, but undoubtedly the analysis will go to Dennis Roach, corner forward for Banteer, scorer of 4 goals. It's as big a contribution for good measure. Dennis scored a point as well, so that's 13 points from playing a Duhallow hurling final. I'm not too sure whether the statisticians will put anybody ahead of him in a Duhallow final. Possibly Brendan Buckley from Mealing, who was a terrific goal scorer and score getter for them, may be there or thereabouts. But scenes of great jubilation out on the pitch there now at the moment, as Banteer supporters stream onto the pitch to congratulate players and mentors and everybody associated with this team in this effort.
Hilux and that way, but I didn't think they would No.
One, two, three. Yeah, we give it 50 time before again. The main cameras are over there. I've got the team coming well. Accord regular. Duhallow Cogard Custom Diamond. We saw clear again enough. We and I'm sure go home talk. Obviously, we got Gordella in order to Sanagar. Accord, I would like to thank and congratulate both teams for as memorable a Duhallow final, I think, as I have ever seen. So well done to both teams. Before I go on to talk about the match, Duhallow final is a great occasion and it doesn't come about by accident. And there are a number of people that I'd like to thank and a number of organisations. At first, I would like to thank EPS Bison, who are the main sponsors of the Duhallow Hurling Championship. They have come on board with us for the last 3 years and their sponsorship is greatly appreciated. So thanks very much to EPS. I would like to thank Mill Street for hosting today's final and for having all the arrangements in outstanding order. And I would like to compliment them for all the improvements they're doing here on the pitch, particularly for the lighting, which is of great advantage to the board and which has facilitated us greatly in the finishing of many of our competitions. So, Guramahagiv Mill Street. I would like to thank all the other teams who took part in this year's championship. It was an outstanding championship. Most of the games the teams were separated by only a couple of points. And in one of the groups in the round robin competition, 3 points could have turned the ratings totally on its head. So all the games were very good. So thanks very much to the mentors and to the teams who made this year's hurling championship an outstanding one. I would like to thank all the other venues who hosted our games during the year. Without venues and without officials, we can't have any games. So thanks to the other venues. Now I come to the referees and the officials, and I would like to thank today's referee and his officials, as I would thank all the referees who officiated in the championship. Referees and officials are not appreciated, and everybody has a view, whether they're good, bad or indifferent, whether they're half blind or half deaf, and all these various things that we hear about them. But without referees, we'll have no games. So congratulations to the referees who have done a great job for us during the year, and thanks very much to each and every one of them and to all the other officials. We are in Mill Street today, and there is one man that I have to thank very sincerely, and before he's ending, it isn't in Ilian. I would like to thank John Tarrant, who gives a great service to the board. He writes about our games. He has a great feeling for our games, and he knows every young player in the division, whether he's football or hurling, and he attends all the games, whether it's raining in February or whether the sun is shining in July. John is there, and we owe John a great debt of gratitude. So thanks very much, John, and keep up the good work. Also thanks to Denny Lane and his group of supporters here who have all the arrangements done, and they have done a great amount of work for today. I would like to thank the band. They entertained us very well, and it's a great spectacle to hear the pipes at the start of the game. I think at times it must make players nervous, but it's part of the scene, so thanks very much to the Mill Street Pipers Band. Now I'd like to thank you all supporters who come out Sunday after Sunday despite all the counter-attractions that are on television and other sports. You come out, you support our games. We appreciate that, and I wish you and the Cork Senior Hurling team next Sunday all the best, and I hope that everyone in the division has tickets in the right place in Croke Park. So thanks very much, and the best of luck to Cork next Sunday. Now we come to today's game. Any words of mine couldn't adequately describe the drama, the excitement, and the sportsmanship that was shown all through the hour. Banteer got a great start, and they built on it. But Freemount, being the great champions that they have been, they didn't wilt, and they kept the game going. They kept poking away at the points, and they brought it way back. But I suppose if there is anyone fit for canonisation tonight in Banteer, for the young David Roach, for all his scores. My apologies, Dennis Roach. Sorry, Dennis. I'm sure his father and his mother and his family are very proud of him, and God rest his grandfather if he was here today, but he would be a very proud man also. So now hurling is a team game, so I would ask that young man not to get totally carried away, to do that as often as he can, but it takes 20 players on both sides to make a game of it. And you'd have to feel a little bit sorry for Freemount. They put in a massive amount of work. They have been great champions. They have been great competitors down the years. And coming after conceding the goals and after all the what they would call mishaps that happened to them, they were still back in the game, and with 5 minutes to go, it was a nip and tuck battle. But it was then Banteer showed their mettle, and they hung in to the very last, and there were some great individual performances by both the players in the backs and in the forwards. But in the back line, in the last 5 minutes, when Freemount tried might and main to win the game, I think Banteer owe a great debt of gratitude to the 6 or 7 players from the goalie out who took part in that. I'm sure also that Freemount won't miss the championship. They would have liked to win it, and they did make a great effort. And it was an outstanding game of hurling. They were outstanding sportsmen, but there was very little doubt about who were the victors or who were deserving the victors. They're a very young team, and I'm afraid in my life that Banteer are going to be around persecuting all of us for a long, long time to come. They last won it in 1995, but they've always been there or thereabouts. And now, after bridging an 11-year gap, it gives me great pleasure to present the John Brosnan Memorial Cup to Conor O'Keefe, their worthy captain.
I won't keep you long, lads. There's a couple of people I want to thank. I want to thank EPS Bison for sponsoring the championship. The Banteer J Club. Everything we wanted all through the year they gave us, no problem. Thanks a million, lads. I thank our wives and girlfriends who stick with us since last January. It's tough, but we'll make up for it now. There's 3 very important people I must thank on behalf of the 34 players down there. Jimmy Murphy, Martin Barry, and John Harper. Thanks a million. That's about it, lads. There'll be 3 cheers for Freemount. Martin, yeah, he's not up. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! There's a bank holiday in Banteer tomorrow.
Well, we've just seen the presentation of the John Ger Brosnan Memorial Cup by Sean McAuliffe, Chairman of the Duhallow Board, to Banteer's captain Conor O'Keefe, with a great game at full back for Banteer right through that game. And as Sean said, Banteer are bridging an 11-year gap since they last won the title when they defeated Mealing at Kentork. And I suppose with a prolific supply of underage players at that point in time, they would have thought that it certainly wouldn't take them 11 years to bridge a gap to their next title. But as many clubs discover, this divisional title is as difficult as any to win in the county. So it's a fantastic achievement for a very young Banteer side, who have undoubtedly some very talented and skillful hurlers in their ranks. They now represent Duhallow in the County Junior Hurling Championship, where they have received a bye to the semi-final, and they'll play the winners of the Avondhu and Grinna clash from that quarter-final pairing. And certainly with a good deal of time to maybe celebrate today's victory and prepare for that competition. It's certainly well within their compass, as it were, to give either the Grinna or Avondhu champions a right good running for their money. And certainly all of the Duhallow hurling supporters and hurling clubs will wish them the very best of luck in their endeavours in flying the Duhallow flag in that particular competition, which of course is a most difficult competition to win. And down the years, Duhallow teams have found it difficulty to make an impact. We have to go way back to 1969 when Kentork last won that county competition. Subsequently, Mealing and Freemount appeared in county finals, Mealing losing to Ballymartle in the 80s, Freemount losing a very tight county final to Bride Rovers in the 90s, and maybe more recently at semi-final stage, Kilbrin losing an epic 3-game battle with Ballygarvan, who went on to become county champions and indeed Munster champions in 2004. So Declan Fitzgerald. Declan, great day for Banteer hurling.
Fantastic, Donny. Fantastic. Waited a long time for it now for the last 11 or 12 years.
How did it have to cope with those closing 5 or 6 minutes there?
Oh, Jesus, it's worse being outside than inside, I think, as you know yourself. But no, I thought we deserved them today. We were talking to Freemount vendor John Flynn. He said that he thought Freemount never played better in the Duhallow final, and they lost today. So I thought it was a great final, but at the end of the day, I thought we deserved it. You know?
Yeah, and I suppose the old saying, goals will win games, and certainly that proved true today.
Absolutely.
Where have you been keeping Dennis Roach? He's a young player.
Young player, I think that's, and I think he's not afraid of anything. He has a bit of cockiness, and I think that's vital as well. But like he's doing it all year for us, young man. But as I say, he don't half a chance, and he has a bit of pace as well. You know, and you need that.
Right, and to lead a few, the old said maybe I shouldn't call him that. Colin John Lane waiting thank me for that, especially John after getting married just a few weeks ago.
No, John played well, but Colin Lane had a super game.
And Conor Buckley did well for you.
Excellent the second half. We were conscious their centre back was quite good.
Yeah, his experience came into play there in the closing quarter.
And I thought when we needed a leader in the last 15-20 minutes, he really stood up. Yeah, and we needed him, you know.
So you're going to have a great night in Banteer.
I think so. We'll cancel tomorrow.
Congratulations anyway from all of us, and I suppose Kilburn in particular, and enjoy it anyway. And the best of luck in the county championship.
Thanks very much.
Well.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks, Declan. By Timmy Sheehan. Timmy, 11 years since you got a hold of not that particular cup, but a cup to take the Banteer. How satisfying was that from outside the fence today?
Oh, it was fantastic altogether, brilliant altogether. I was nervous for the match if I was playing myself.
Right.
You know, and I was just hoping that they'd get a good start, which they got in. But at half time, it could go in any way. But I thought, to be fair to them, the back stood up to it when pressure was put on, like, And having said that, Freemount played brilliant hurling, like, and that was just it signs how well Banteer played, because Freemount played very well, I thought. And like, to be fair to Banteer, I suppose goals win games, and to be fair, they took their goals, they took their chances, fantastic touches. Like, if we were there, we'd be trying to bait into the ground or something, but a little flick, that's the difference, I suppose, into winning and losing.
Absolutely, and obviously we're all talking about Dennis Roach at this stage, and 4 chances, 4
goals. That's right, that was fantastic, brilliant. But down the line, Conley had a super game on my back.
Absolutely, in the
brilliant.
second half.
When the pressure came on there, like, he won balls that were vital, that they drove on the team, so I'm delighted from, with all the work they put in. It's fantastic, because you get the finals, you don't win many of them.
Yeah, I mentioned to Declan Fitzgerald just a few minutes ago that I thought Conor Buckley came to the fore.
He did indeed.
When he needed a leader up front.
Exactly, when the pressure came on there, he was there, and but he had the experience. Man, I played the county hurling, don't have the experience, and I'm delighted for himself.
And
that's right. I'm delighted.
I'm not going to suggest his career is over yet, but he's had a long career.
I'm delighted from he deserves it. To be fair.
And with a very young team, obviously Banteer can build on this even.
Well, you'll be hoping so, like, now. I know they're out in county, I see they're on the thing they have a boy, but hopefully they get running, and if they get a few games, that's you never know, the experience will be gained anyway.
I know, I heard myself saying there just at the end of the game that maybe when you won 11 years ago, I suppose you thought that you had a bright enough future with a youngish team at that stage in 95.
That's just the way it goes.
But it just goes to show that these titles aren't easily
won. No, it's very, as someone said there, it's very hard to win a Duhallow championship. We played in 6 or 7 and only won one night, that's the way it goes.
And I would say particularly this year, because anyone of 6 teams looked like they were capable.
So it was a fantastic championship, really. And coming up there today, even with 10 minutes left, there was only a point to win, so it was a great game. Great game to win.
Thanks, Timmy, for that.
Very
going
good.
To size up John Lane. Well, I'm joined here now by one of the happiest men in Banteer this year. Recently married John Lane. John, congratulations on winning that title. You were one of the fellas back in 95. Did you think you'd wait 11 years?
Jesus, no, I was only 17 in 95, and I've been a lot of finals since, a lot of disappointment, like, but it is all worth it now today.
And today makes up for that.
Jeez, it does. I think I've lost 5 finals out of today. It was over my 6, so today makes up for them all.
Well, a win is fantastic at any time, but certainly if you've been at losing in the few times, it's sweeter.
Well, we know
we're all agog out here, obviously, about Dennis Roach and the goals and whatever, but just maybe the last 4 minutes, 3 minutes there with the clock running to the end of normal time. How do you feel in there?
When the ball came up to the forwards, I suppose we tried to keep it up there, but every time we came up, it broke away from us and it went back down. And Brendan Broderick was on a few days, and when he caught it in the hand, with fairness now, the backs to everyone.
He did manage a crucial point there right in the last.
That's right. John Mannix came on off the line. He got I think that kind of sealed it. Freemount Freemount player went down injured, and the ref said there was only one more puck on it after, and we got the point at that stage, so when we cleared it, we knew it was over.
We knew that said. We didn't out here. We were in the dark as how much time was going to run, so there was feverish excitement at that stage. But you're facing into county championship now. You have a boy.
That's right.
How will you prepare for that? Do you think you have?
Well, we have a week off, and we have 1 week off, and we're back training Tuesday week, and so we'll give it a lash, and we'll do our best, and so we don't even know who we're meeting yet, but sure.
The Avondhu or Musgrave champions, the winners of that quarter final.
It is a tough draw, I suppose, whoever comes out of it. Like,
but you certainly have plenty of time to prepare, and you have the pace and the fitness, and your hurling certainly showed up there in the second half, I thought in particular. Your touches came good.
It did, but we'd put in a good effort now, I suppose, over the next 2 or 3 weeks, whoever it is, to the semi-final, and we'll see how it goes in the day.
Well, all in Duhallow will be behind you anyway.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks a million, John. Thanks. Happiest man in Banteer this year, that was John Lane. This is probably the second happiest man in Banteer, Jimmy Murphy, smiling even in defeat.
There's a lot of people, the happiest people in Banteer.
How did you get through that game, Jimmy?
It wasn't easy, but we've good faith in the boys. Cheers, Bill. We've good faith in the boys, they work very hard. Since I think it was the 31st of January, I think they put in 72 training sessions. Outstanding, they're the best. Since the 1st of May, our smallest crowd training was 27. So even the fellas who didn't play today, outstanding stuff.
Fantastic response from
everyone. Yeah, outstanding.
So they really decided they wanted to go for it and win for it.
Well, our pins to the colours after the AGM, we kind of took it on ourselves. We wanted to do it, and thank God it paid off at the end of the day. It was close, but Freemount were a good side.
Absolutely, because I think the consensus is that Freemount played to terrific standard in that final there, but you managed to stay ahead when you got your noses in front. You were determined to keep it.
We were talking about that, and we won the toss, and we were saying to take all the elements And thankfully, like I know we got a bit of luck with the goalkeepers hardly breaking, but you get those. I mean, we've often lost games like that as well, like balls going in they shouldn't have and stuff. So I suppose it was our turn today to have a bit of luck. For thank God.
Well, absolutely, everybody needs a stroke of luck here or there to
exactly.
Unfortunately, John Brennan, obviously.
Exactly, but I mean, he ran the match in the last year's or
Duhallow final.
Duhallow final.
Correct.
So I mean,
correct.
He'd be.
And he briefly said to us as he passed out that you have to take the
good with the bad.
The good with the bad.
He'll get over it. He's 5 medals. He'll get over it. We've only one.
So you're looking forward to a good night of celebration in Banteer anyway.
A good week.
And we've been talking to players there. He played the most we are having do champions in the county semi-final, which gives you a bit of time to prepare.
I just heard that there a while ago. We didn't look beyond today, so we'll take it as it comes. We'll have a rattle off it and see what happens. We're the monkeys off the back now. We've the Duhallow Championship in the dressing room. Where I'm going now.
He'll be hoping it can't be another 11, I suppose. He'll be looking for next year's one straight away.
And the year after.
Thanks, Jimmy. God bless and best of luck. We'll put it on the camera anyway, just for 2 seconds. I'm joined here by Conor Buckley, one of the real stalwarts of this Banteer team. Conor, I suppose you were regarded as the father figure in that team. How were you feeling there into the last 3 or 4 minutes there when you were clinging to a point and a 2-point lead? Did you think you could hang on or?
Well, I suppose I knew we could hang on, but it's just a case of everyone dig in and make sure that we did hang on. I think not only I was thinking that, but I say the whole 15 were thinking that too, and it showed that in the last 10 minutes we didn't give away too much, and we did try, and we scored a point in the finish to bring it up to 2 points.
Right. And you were around, I spoke to John Lane there, you were around in the 95 team and had a great success that year, beating Wheeling in the Duhallow final.
I know.
Did you think at that stage that titles would come easily in the following decade? Did you think you would wait 11 years before you would get your hands on the?
Well, I certainly hoped back then I wouldn't have waited 11 years, but you don't win them, you don't get gifted them on a plate, like, you know, but you have to try hard, and I'm sure we made a few finals after that, and I suppose we did try it. We always tried our best, but just our best wasn't good enough, like, you know.
And I suppose the other thing is you need a bit of luck on the day in a final in particular.
Yeah.
And maybe the 1 or 2 ounces of luck seemed to go your way today.
Well, I think we had luck today, and we had plenty of determination as well on top of it, and I think you make your own luck after that.
Right. And you're surrounded there by a lot of young lads, fine, fast, skillful hurlers. Can you see them being moulded into a team that could possibly go on and shake a county title in a year or this year or a year or two? Or?
I think any critics they had before the match today could look at the match again, and they can watch it on video if they like afterwards, and they'll see that every fella put his shoulders to the wheel. And I think it's about speed, and speed proved today that that'll win a game for you, as opposed to, you know, old slow fellas like me.
Well, we did mention now, without being thankful, we did mention that you seemed to surface there in the last few minutes when Banteer were looking for a leader up front. You seemed to get under those high poke outs and try and gain vital possession for Banteer. So I suppose there is a place for the odd wise head in
the odd old fella. Well, I think you're trying to give it a job, and you must do your job to the best of your ability. And I think once you can keep doing that, I'm happy to play away. And if they want to pick me, I'll keep doing the best I can for them.
Well, listen, congratulations again.
Thanks very much.
It is well merited, and you've given great service to Banteer and the Duhallow hurling. So congratulations and well done, Conor.
Thanks very much.
Right, thanks, Conor. Well done.
I don't know, is it easy to talk in these things at any time?
You want to tell me when there, Gary? Oh, I'm joined here by a very happy team sponsor from Banteer, Eamon Tarrant. Eamon, you're 11 years waiting for that victory. Was it worth waiting 11 years for?
Well, on the day, to see the way it was played, it was a joy to be here to see the way they were disciplined in the team. I think there's great credit due to the selection of the team and the way they trained them. They trained them to play hurling, and I think we were often caught for before. Like we had 15 or 16 great hurlers and maybe 24 we could say they can hurl now. We were often struggling with maybe 13 that you could say had hurling, and we'd be always carrying a few that wouldn't be we'll say about 80 of what you'd like them to be 100. But on the day now it was fantastic to see them winning the way they did, and a good credit due to Martin Barry and Jimmy Murphy and John Hapnett, of course, really put in a lot of hard work. And the amazing thing about it was I'd say the man never wrote his voice once to him, and he put an awful lot into him. Okay. And I think there's great credit due to him alone.
And we'll say earlier in the year now, when you were obviously seeing that a young team was coming together, would you have had hopes, or would you have had confidence that they could come through at the end of a difficult campaign? Because obviously now we're all realising that, like every other division, it's a difficult title to win. Well, there are 6 teams at least who have, it would appear, an equal chance at the minute.
Well, where this all started, I tell you the truth, was a stormy AGM last year. and I think that was the best thing that we had for a long time. There
Jeff
was
O'Connor style that one good row does no harm, is it?
Definitely not. No, then there wasn't a row, but there was a lot of things that brought to the front that were being delayed around, you know. And I think that the younger crowd, in fairness to them, they stood up and they wanted to be counted, and they have proved it today. They have done what they were headed out to do, and I think there's great credit to anyone that can do that as well. They achieved what they were saying they would, and in the first attempt, I think was a great, because I was saying if we were beaten today, at least we have seen that we have a hurling team again. And you know, I think if they mind themselves and don't get carried away, a win is a win on the day. To win again, you must go back to where they started again and come again. And I think that if they keep their heads, they could win a lot. That's straight into a county semi-final.
That's why I was just going to put that to you. That how would you see their prospects there? Now they'll run up
well, they're
against
very young.
Most Revenue champions.
Very young, and you're going to be into crisper hurling. But at the same time, I don't think that John Hartnell will be nothing new to him. He has been there before. I think if they follow his guidance, they have a great chance of going through. It would be a delight to win a county final at any time, but if they don't, at least they'll get the experience out of it.
And have laid the foundations for the coming years.
That's the thing, and for the youth coming behind them as well. I think in clubs like that, it's great to see the boys of today showing the boys of tomorrow that we're watching here today what the GA is all about, and what the love of the game is, and like what it does for the community. It builds the spirit within the whole thing, and I think it's great for any crowd to have a win. Now and again, we won't be greedy, but if we won 3 in a row, I wouldn't deny it either.
I suppose out in Kilburn and a few more places around Duhallow, they'll have different thoughts and that. But I suppose hitting into the county championship.
That's what makes the GA what it is, and I think that's the surprising thing that comes out in the start of every year. Everyone wants to win,
Absolutely.
and if they go about it the right way and can keep the game open and fast the way it is, I think it's going to be good for Duhallow hurling in the long term, because like these things don't happen overnight. Like we got great footballers in Duhallow. They're respected now in the county. Anytime they're going out there, they're looked at when they're coming. Like in the hurling at the moment, they're kind of brushed over as being just another game for some of the other crowds. I think if we can keep the thing going right, we could bring hurling back to its true hurling spirit within the division, and maybe spread it out a bit, you know.
Well, certainly that's where all hurlers and followers of hurling in Duhallow will
well, it is. Like
we're
we're neighbours of Newtown Chandram. Like they're not too far away from us. Like in what they have shown as a small club, like is unbelievable, and like it is not beyond anyone's wildest dreams that you couldn't. These things can't be done. They can be done if the effort is put in. And I think as a division, if we could win it first, I think that there's a lot of clubs could come through behind it, because like there are a lot of young players through Duhallow that have a lot of class. Like there's quite a few of them around. There's only a few matches that I have been to this year now, but I have seen a lot of for a change, underage teams playing, and I think there's brilliant talent if it's nurtured right.
Absolutely. Duhallow take an under 16 hurling team to Middleton and Tuesday night coming out for a replay, and certainly having seen the drawing game, there's huge hope for optimism about Duhallow hurling if all young players are brought through and kept to the task.
There's quite a few of them around, like between Kanturk and being what they are at the moment, an intermediate team as well. Like it has helped hurling in Duhallow. I think there's credit due to them as well. They had the courage to go up there after winning, and it takes a lot of that too. There's in Duhallow at the moment, I think, like if we can keep things going from both sides, like our football and hurling, and our GA in particular, from underage up, is being given a fantastic what would you say, a good schooling all the way. So they've got great coaches now that we hadn't. I think we hadn't the time to give them. I think we lost out in a few years because the pace of the world got too fast, and we forgot about the thing that we love most in the GA is trying to put time back in. And I think that everybody that goes through should put a bit of time in. And I think I'm very big into myself for years and years. I think that anyone from the age of 8 or 10, the first thing they should be given is the rule book and shown how to referee a match. Each and every individual player should know how to referee a match before he ever gets into big playing, because we're all critical. I'm one of them myself, and I have to put my hand up. I'm often roaring at the ref, and I know it is an awful hard job. I have been there and done that, as they say, and it is hard enough to ref the match, besides having 20 or 30 more loud voices reffing it with you. And I think if the ref had the experience of being shown early in the time how to referee a match, I think that the most vital thing when they have all these, what did I call them?
Analysis and...
No, but when they have these camps I think they carry them to camps to show them how to hurl and play football. I think the first thing they should teach them is set them down and say there's
rules.
30 or 40 vital rules that everybody should know. Like this over-carrying and short passing and palming the ball on the ground. When can you palm it? When the ball hops, if you catch it in the thing you're supposed to get away with it, half the rest will blow you for it. Like, there's a lot of things that should be brought into these things. I think at these camps, I think is the place that it should be done.
There's a mountain to go through there. But just going back to this final, I said to be true to say that both teams made it easy enough for the referee to...
Oh, it was an easy match to ref, like, it was going at an awful pace, like, it was a good pace.
And it obviously kept the standard up that both teams went out to play, you know,
they were all playing the ball, and like it's easier if a match when the ball is being played. Like,
yeah, well, certainly the consensus out and the banking effort was who could be a bit neutral was that it was one of the better Duhallow finals and maybe the best Duhallow final in recent years.
Well, I had said that already. You know that it was one of the best we've seen for a long time.
So I suppose it's sweet to win it, but to win one of those finals is sweeter, obviously. So I suppose with the excitement building in Banteer, a bit of car hooting there, we better let you. Turn our attention to Banteer.
We'll get back to the home ground. But it's good, and thanks, lads.
Thanks for talking to us, Eamon. Thanks a million. So finally, for a final thought on the 2006 Duhallow final, the Secretary of the Duhallow Board, Tom Dennehy, is here with us. Tom, I'm just after saying to Eamon, one of the better Duhallow finals and maybe the best in recent years.
Yes, excellent Duhallow final, no question about that. We really enjoyed it. I would say everybody who came here had a wonderful day. The sun shone and the setting was beautiful. Big crowd and great participation in the game from the spectators. Very exciting right to the very end. I was hoping for a draw myself, of course, but I'm sure that's from a financial point of view more than anything else. But Banteer deserved their victory. Got 4 goals and goals win games. No, there's no question about that. But fair play to Freemount. They made a great contest of it right to the very end. They were there at the death, and could have pulled it off. Definitely could have pulled a draw. But well done to Banteer. I hope they enjoy their victory now and go on and represent us in the county championship. But I think they have a great chance. They have a young team and they'll fear nobody. And they're well trained and well coached. And the work has been done in Banteer over the years, and it has proved dividends now. So I wish them well in their county endeavours, and well done to them this evening in winning the John Joe Brosnan Memorial Cup. I'm sure John Joe looking down this evening, and he's delighted that we've had such a good game here today, and he's delighted to see Banteer win it. They haven't won it too often in the past. It's 10 years since they won it before, and it's time again now. And it's good to see it going around. That's what it's all about.
Thanks, Sam. Well, we're here in Milsey Town Park and the crowds have dwindled away. Very few even from Banteer at this stage. They seem to have gathered themselves and are heading for their celebrations in Banteer. As Tom just said there, and as we've been saying in the past 20 minutes, one of the best Duhallow finals in recent years was played out here today between two terrific teams. Freemount, the defending champions from 2005, and Banteer trying to bridge that gap from 95 and successfully doing so today. But as Tom Dennehy just mentioned there, great credit is due to Freemount. They really have become the team to beat in Duhallow over the last decade or more. They're never beaten really. They don't really understand that word defeat. And watching them there today, though a few things just seemed to work against them. They didn't have the ounce of luck maybe that they needed here and there. They never threw in the towel, fought gallantly to the end, and really had everybody on their toes right to the end. So great credit to Freemount and well done to them. But of course, the focus goes on the victors Banteer, bridging that 11-year gap with a young team, a well-deserved win. Great preparation, as we've heard now from within their camp. So we wish them the very best of luck as they face into the county championship for 2006, and hopefully they'll fly the Duhallow flag with success, and they'll have the support of all Duhallow hurling fraternity in their efforts of trying to do that.